In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on October 22, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. St. Louis Blues versus Edmonton Oilers. A pair of Western Conference rivals tangle on the ice in search of a victory when they collide in the province of Alberta. The St. Louis Blues make the trip north of the border as they collide with the Edmonton Oilers Saturday afternoon. St. Louis comes into this game on the heels of a 4-3 overtime road win over Seattle Wednesday night in their previous contest. Edmonton got their offense clicking as they dropped previously unbeaten Carolina 6-4 at home Thursday night in their recent contest. In the last 10 meetings between the teams have split down the middle, though the Blues have a 5-3-2 mark as far as getting points in the standings. The most recent matchup saw the Oilers prevail 6-5 in overtime at home on April 1, 2022. St. Louis has only played 2 games this season, but has taken care of business with wins over Seattle and Columbus. Edmonton has played 4 games this season, but has struggled on defense and has allowed at least 4 goals in 3 straight games. The Oilers do have a very good offensive attack, which covers up for some bad defense and goaltending. I get the case to be made for the Oilers at home, but the problem for me here is that it doesn't matter who's in goal for the Oilers. They've been shaky at the back, and it's hard to win hockey games when you're giving up 4 to 5 goals per game. The Oilers will have the best player on the ice in McDavid, but I think the Blues have the greater group of players and have a decent edge in goal, and all in all, I believe that the Blues hold value at plus money here. St. Louis has played pretty good on defense, and that will be the difference here. The St. Louis Blues money line is our full game side pick. The Blues have gone over the total in both their games this season. St. Louis saw a combined 7 goals in their season opener at home with the Blue Jackets, and followed that up with a 7-goal performance in the overtime road win over the Kraken in their previous outing. That means their season average is 7 goals a game. Edmonton has seen the over post a 2-1 mark in their 4 games on the year. The Oilers have played all 4 of their games so far this season at home, and those contests have produced an average of 7.75 goals per contest. In the last 7 meetings between these teams, the over is 4-2-1, and this one seems poised to go the same way. The Oilers have had a total of at least 6 goals scored between them and their opponents in every single game this season. Meanwhile, the Blues have totaled 7 goals between themselves and their opponents in both their contests this season. I am not betting against Connor McDavid and his abilities again, and if the Oilers were able to score 6 goals on the Hurricanes' defense, they should be able to score at least 3 or 4 at home. The Blues' offense is potent as well, and Jack Campbell has left a lot to be desired in net. Look for at least 7 goals combined on the board to push this one past the total number. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Islanders versus Tampa Bay Lightning. The New York Islanders face the Tampa Bay Lightning, with both teams looking to improve from difficult starts to the season. The Islanders have a 2-2 record and are coming off a brutal 4-1 defeat. The Lightning, meanwhile, are 1-3 despite entering the season as one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Both teams are looking to improve in their respective divisions and the Eastern Conference, and the upcoming game should be a great one as a result. While Tampa have struggled to start 2022, they've been up against some of the best teams in the league with the New York Rangers and Pittsburgh Penguins, and while the Islanders aren't a pushover squad, they don't quite have the firepower of those other teams. Tampa Bay Donnie always fly out of the gates. They build into their seasons, but after losing to the Philadelphia Flyers, the Lightning should be motivated to bounce back, and down in Tampa Bay, they have a chance to make a statement that they are still one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. This one isn't going to be a domination, as New York have solid depth and a great goaltender, but their inconsistency just doesn't lead anyone to believe they could go toe-to-toe with a heavyweight like Tampa Bay just yet. Tampa Bay has struggled immensely to start the year, but will finally get over the hump against a mediocre New York team. So the Tampa Bay Lightning moneyline is our full game side pick. The Islanders, who are only allowing 2.5 goals per game, should limit the Lightning offense with Adam Pelech, Ryan Pulock, and the rest of the defense stepping up and creating turnovers in the defensive zone while also limiting shots on the net, allowing Ilya Sorokin to make plenty of big saves. The Lightning should eliminate and potentially shut out an Islanders offense that scored only one goal in their recent game with Victor Hedman, Eric Cernak, and the rest of the defensive unit forcing turnovers in the neutral zone and defensive zone, while goaltender Andrei Vasilevsky, who has a .912 save percentage and a 2.73 goals against average this season so far, blanks the Islanders' shots. This one, if everything goes right, will be a battle of two incredible goaltenders in Andrei Vasilevsky and Ilya Sorokin. And despite both teams having a good group of veterans who have proven they can score the puck, especially early in 2022, these remain two of the best netminders in the league. Tampa Bay have scored more than 3 goals in just one of their 4 games to start the year, and New York have scored 1 and 2 goals in their 2 losses this year, so while they've got the personnel to score plenty of goals, it just hasn't been the case to start 2022. The defensive units are strong, and with inconsistent scoring, this one is going to be a 2-1 type final score given the quality of defense and goaltending. Physical affairs should be on the cards. Both teams have been carried by their defenses and even better goaltenders that look to make this game a low-scoring one from the first period, controlled by both defenses. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Pittsburgh Penguins versus Columbus Blue Jackets. The Pittsburgh Penguins will go on the road and take on the Columbus Blue Jackets at Nationwide Arena. Pittsburgh has a record of 3-0-1. Columbus has a record of 2-3-0. Both of these teams faced each other 4 times last season, with the Penguins winning all 4 games. Pittsburgh is the better all-around team. Offense, defense, and goaltending are all advantages for the Penguins in this matchup. The offense has been clicking to start the season for Pittsburgh. They scored 6 goals in 3 out of 4 games to begin the year. Tristan Jarry has started 3 games and he has been excellent. He allowed 2 goals or less in each of his 3 starts. Jarry has a record of 3-0-0 with a 1.67 goals against average and .952 save percentage. The Penguins will take advantage of Columbus' poor defense and goaltending. Daniil Tarasov started in the net in the first 2 games of the season for Columbus, and he allowed 4 goals or more in each of the 2 games. Elvis Merzlikins' first start of the season was awful as he allowed 5 goals. He allowed 3 goals in each of his next 2 starts. The Blue Jackets just seem to look lost without Patrick Lane in the fold, and that's not good considering he's going to be out a few more weeks. The Blue Jackets just haven't been able to secure consistent goaltending, and the one thing that is consistent is that the goaltending can't keep the puck out of the net. The Penguins had a dud on the road earlier this year, but other than that, they've been playing some of the best offensive hockey in the NHL, and I just don't think the Blue Jackets can keep up here. The Penguins are the better team, and they will defeat Columbus. In addition to all of this, Pittsburgh is 8-2 in their last 10 games against the Blue Jackets. I get the case to be made for a home underdog in some spots, but this isn't one of them, so the Pittsburgh Penguins money line is our full game side pick. The Penguins are averaging 4.67 goals per game. Even though they scored only 2 goals in their lone road game, they averaged 4.33 goals per game in their last 3 games against the Blue Jackets. With Columbus giving up 4.25 goals per game, they will score at least 4 goals in this game. The Blue Jackets are averaging 2.25 goals per game and 3.66 goals per game at home. They averaged 2 goals per game in their last 3 games against the Penguins. Columbus defense and goaltending were awful last season, and they are not any better this season. Daniil Tarasov started between the pipes in the first 2 games of the season for Columbus, and he allowed 4 goals or more in each of the 2 games. Elvis Merzlikins' first start of the season was awful as he allowed 5 goals. He allowed 3 goals in each of his next 2 starts. The Penguins have been on fire on offense to start the year. They scored 6 goals in 3 out of 4 games to begin the year. The total has gone over in 7 of Pittsburgh's last 9 games when playing on the road against Columbus, with Pittsburgh giving up 2.33 goals per game and 3 goals in their only road game. The Blue Jackets will score enough goals to help push the score past the total. This should be a fast-paced game with plenty of scoring chances. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.